Well, it's an important day for Lance Armstrong and a real test for all 160 riders as they come away from Carpentras this morning in warm sunshine. But they'll do well to remember they are many thousands of feet below the finishing line today. And rejoin the field within a few kilometres. And there's a breakaway got away at 45 kilometres. There are 9 riders at the moment. The latest check we had, Paul, was 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, these riders went clear over the first major climb of the day, the Col de Noor, and it's really started by Christophe Agneluto. At the moment, as we say, they have 4 minutes and 20 seconds advantage. And all of the work in the main field is being done by Lance Armstrong's US Postal Service team. We're still looking at around about 60 kilometres to go to the finish line.
And what is 60 kilometres to? The rider with his hand up there is Nico Martin, who had a great ride through the Pyrenees, and he's gone out on an early attack again. The other members of the breakaway, Jose Luis Arrieta of Benesto, Christophe Agneluto was a stage winner earlier last week for AG2R, Vincenti Garcia Acosta, he's a Benesto rider. The man who was on the attack going into Revel the other day before the rest day, Santiago Botero, when he finished second to Deca. Nicolas Jalabert, the brother of Laurent, Alexander Vinokourov and Andrea Kivilev, and the other man making the breakaway is the climber from the Polski team, Pascal Hervé. And looking down now on the leader of the tour and that wonderful ride on Monday to Oticam in the Pyrenees, Lance Armstrong, his team looking after him. They got away in fact to a very quick start today. The peloton split up into probably 5 or 6 groups before it came together again. And since then, they have more or less controlled the pack. Nice one, it's just those 9 men away.
One of the early attacks actually featured Jan Ullrich, who feels a lot better now that the sunshine has come, and certainly admits that he wants to try and do what he can over the next mountainous stages to try and pull back some time on Lance Armstrong. He doesn't want to lay down arms and let Armstrong ride up to Paris without any form of attack. A lot of people think basically Lance Armstrong has won the Tour de France so far, but this means people like Richard Virenque and Jan Ullrich think this race is far from over. Well, Lance Armstrong is right to be worried about this mountain because I reckon it probably is the toughest mountain in this year's Tour de France. It's 21 kilometres of ascent. The difference between the top and the bottom is 1,600 metres. That's over 5,400 feet of climbing, which is pretty difficult. And the toughest part is the middle section of the climb, which averages out at 10%. But in some of the corners, they really are remarkable. In fact, I would say the percentage in 1 or 2 of the corners is pretty close to 15%.
Vicious is the word, and sadly this was the climb back in July 1967 when it was stage 13 that Tom Simpson lost his life just over a kilometre from the summit. He was taken off the mountain by helicopter and sadly died on his way to hospital in Carpentras. And so now the riders making their way once more to Mont Ventoux. It's a climb which doesn't see the Tour de France too often. The last time we had a time trial finish up here, and that was won by Jean-Francois Bernard, the same year that Stephen Roach in 1987 went on to become Ireland's first winner of the Tour de France. There's the latest check, 4 minutes 45 being shown there to the man on the front of the front there, and that was Christophe Agneluto. There he is, he had a stage win on his belt the other week, the first one for the French for 2 years in fact, and the pace being set now by his teammate Andrei Kivilev. Andrei Kivilev, by the way, Paul, he's a Kazakhstan rider, and that's his old international teammate with him today, Alexander Vinokourov, riding on a rival team now.
Well, those riders, most of those riders from the Kazakhstan team actually turned professional for some of the top teams on the international circuit, and Kivilev himself is a very aggressive bike rider, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him as he develops into being a good pro. But AG2R, the French team, have done a very good job of getting 2 riders into this breakaway group, and in fact the gap now increasing to 4 minutes and 50 seconds. But all of that will get blown away on the slopes of this mountain, because we're looking at climbing the Mont Ventoux for around about an hour to an hour and a quarter.
Yeah, and I think also that breakaway went very early, and I thought for a moment it was going to go up into our double figures like it has in the previous days. But I think Lance Armstrong, Paul, has told his American coastal team, and here they are now, to lift the tempo a bit and not allow it so much leeway to them.
I think he's probably planning something in the back of his mind too. He obviously knows the history of this mountain, and he knows it has always been the scene of some dramatic battles. And Armstrong, I feel quite certain, would like to write his name into the history books. He did last year by winning the Tour de France in what was the fastest ever edition of the Tour de France. Certainly he will today to do something special on the slopes of this mountain, despite the fact that before the start over the first week of the Tour, that he's wearing and scared of this mountain.
I've never noticed strong wind flow on 112. And snow flows across it yesterday. The riders having their rest day down at the bottom in Carpentras. But one or two of them driving up in the car to get a look at it firsthand, and it is a daunting prospect to race up 112. In fact, the day before yesterday, 7,500 cyclists all riding at what they call the stage of the Tour weren't allowed up. They just allowed a couple of thousand up, and the police closed the road, in fact, because winds were gusting too much to get the riders up the climb. So in turning away halfway up the climb. Of course, the riders were very disappointed, but it was a common sense thing to do for sure.
It was absolutely amazing up there yesterday. I came up and had a look at the place. In fact, you couldn't see very much more than 50 yards. And there were awful, very heavy squalls of snow coming across the route. Most of these guys are fairly happy today with the weather conditions, Phil, despite the fact that it is very windy and cold up here. At least they'll get a chance to see just exactly where they're going to.
Yes, indeed. This is the 26th place rider overall, Vinokurov here, having a chat with his team car. He is 11 minutes and 39 seconds behind Lance Armstrong. He's got 5 minutes of that back at the moment in this little group. There is the man in the Kelme jersey, Santiago Botero, who rode so well with Decker. A breakaway of an awful long breakaway of 129 miles it was, and that was almost 202 kilometres. So an incredible long breakaway for the day into Grenelle. There's the main peloton of the Tour de France. Nobody behind the race at the moment, apart from those, of course, who have now abandoned, and there's 7 of them gone.
In fact, race radio telling us there's been a major change in the front end of the main field. It's the Banesto squad coming forward, and I'm sure that is all to do with the fact that Santiago Botero is in that group. They're very, very worried about this man, Phil. He's an excellent climber. Currently, he's 30th in the overall standings, 12 minutes and 15 seconds behind. They don't want to allow him to get to the foot of the climb with a 5 or 6 minute advantage.
Well, they're in a better position to at least control him this time, Paul, because the Banesto team have got 2 riders in that breakaway, and it looks, even though they have 2 riders up there, they're still prepared to chase them down with this team here, which I find very strange tactics indeed.
For them, they are very worried about him. The rest of it is excellent climber. They realise that he can threaten positions of their men in the overall standings, and that's Alex Zuller and Jose Maria Jimenez, which is why they've come forward just to help somewhat in the chase. They're not going to chase as hard as they can, but what they will do is make sure that that group doesn't get too big an advantage before the bottom of the climb.
On this climb here of the Col de Notre Dame, the peloton reporting dropping Olivier Perraudot, one of the Bonjour team, first Tour de France for him, and struggling on this climb now.